What up, people? This is Vigilante for 2 minutes and some change. That's 2MASC. Then you know it's me, the original 2 minutes. Now, as black people, we like to get involved in a lot of things, but it's some things that we don't get involved in that we need to get involved in. And matter of fact, we have a history of it. And I got the guy right here. You see him all over the country. You see him in national commercials and stuff. He is the owner of what?
Urban American Outdoors, where we put the urban and outdoors. We bring the heat and we take it to the kitchen and cook it.
Okay, let's talk about this, man. So tell me something about Urban Outdoors and the things that, do black people have a disconnect with the outdoors? And so when we hear outdoors, you know, a lot of people never want to go outside, don't want to go fishing. What do that entail?
So, again, the reason we did Urban American, I'm Wayne Hubbard, Urban American Outdoors. The reason we did that is we wanted to show that we had a stake and we were part of the narrative of the outdoors. Mm-hmm. So you realize, and so I'm going to take you back and bring you to today. Okay. The Buffalo Soldiers that we see, and you hear them and they talk about Buffalo Soldiers. They were the original forest rangers, park rangers as part of what they're doing. So you think about national parks, you think about the interior, you think about Yellowstone, the Yosemite. Mm-hmm. The first person who protected that was an African American. It was the Buffalo Soldiers. So you got to think about it. We've had a stake in America and part of Americana. So flip it to today. Mm-hmm. You know, people are upset about a variety of different things. We think about Flint with the bad water and things of that nature. So when you think about that, all that water comes from off of watersheds, forest lands, things of that nature. So we all as Americans, African Americans, have a stake in that because when they take it down to the most simple denominator, it's about water. And we all have to survive with that. So we all have a stake in that the public lands. And really cool with me, what's really cool with me is that I was appointed to the Wildlife Hunting Heritage Conservation Council. In 147 years, I'm the first African American to sit on this council. And my job is to promote and engage urban communities to connect with nature. So when we think about that, what does that mean to people? Say, what does that mean? That means jobs. How do we get young people engaged with jobs? How many people know that a young person could get a scholarship fishing?
Didn't know that.
Now think about it. There's over 250 collegiate fishing teams. There's a top 25. So you don't have to play basketball, football, run track. You can be engaged in outdoors and get a scholarship. There's all these opportunities. My job is to make that relevant to these urban communities. Also, I tell people ask me when I first started doing the Urban American Outdoors TV show, why did I want to do it? Because I didn't see anyone that looked like me in this space. And what I found out is if we don't see someone that says it's okay to enjoy the outdoors, if it's walking, hiking, going to Central Park, or being on Yellowstone, being on the Tetons, people won't go out if they don't see one that looks like them and says it's okay to be out there. So my purpose is to make it relevant. And the big thing is to be able to say that there is a career. Just don't get stuck in the norm. There's a career and an opportunity in this space.
So as young black people, they can get scholarships, and then there's a lot of government jobs out there.
Very much so. Very much so. So when you think about jobs, people think about, I don't want to go outdoors and, I don't want to be a forest ranger or a park ranger. But when I talk about jobs, I talk about people that could be doing social media for the national parks. They could be sitting in the office doing statistics. They could be doing science research. So it's not, you have to look bigger than that space. I'll give you a for instance. Okay. One of the guys I work with works on this special thing. We see CSI and all that, but they work on this thing called eDNA. Okay. So eDNA, what that is I can take a glass of water out of a pond. I can tell you what fish swam in it, what species it came from, what animal drunk out of it. That's called eDNA. It's a new science. So what they're doing is looking for young people, young talented people, don't matter where you're at, to come learn this science. And that's the science for the 21st century. So there's different things like that. So when you think about it, you think about job, there are opportunities in anything that you can think about in this space.
See, and that's the thing. So what we need to do, this been here, but we just hadn't been aware of it.
See, and that's the reason that I'm pushing so hard. Okay. When you think about this, these are not these are not $10 jobs. these are careers. In the next 5 years, 30 to 40% of the workforce in the Department of Interior, USD, and all these different government agencies are going to retire.
Wow.
And we need someone to fill this space. So my job is to do fishing derbies, do clinics, do workshops that are going to engage this space. So dealing with this space, one of the things that I know is so relevant that most people say is, okay, so someone looks like me, but is there someone that's a woman? Is there someone in this space? So there's Candace Price, who is the executive producer of Urban American Outdoors, the only African American woman in the country to produce and own her own show.
Wow.
And she's won 69 national and international awards for programming, Emmys, and all these different things. She sits on the 2012 planning rules. So she made all the planning and recommendations, and it's a law for 193 million acres. So our job is to show this space. So if you're interested in any of these opportunities, careers, just being an advocate for the outdoors, reach out to me at urbanamericanOutdoors.com. You can hit me at Wayne Hubbard on Facebook, or you can go to Urban Kids Fish. I mean, and again, it's connecting to nature in your backyard, and that's what I really want to do.
No doubt. And you got kids out here now. We out here watching kids.
Man, almost 200 of them catching fish.
Catching fish, and kids that probably never fished in their life if they didn't have a father or anything like that.
And the important thing is, when they grow up, they will always remember that there's an opportunity. And I'm going to reiterate, there's a career path here. I always say this is fishing with a purpose.
That's Wayne Hubbard, y'all. Y'all heard it from me. This has been Vigilante for 2 minutes and some change. We went over, but that was the change. Out.